Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Nigel Bajos, and in today's video I actually kind of wanted to talk about the new lighting setup that I have going on that's saved me a lot of space. And if you've ever, tried to set up a little like a YouTube video creating space in either your room or your apartment, and you start noticing that your space is getting really cluttered with light stands and mic stands and your tripod and everything like that, and after a while it's just like you've consumed this space with all of this video gear and it just kind of gets a little bit too cluttered. Now, I'm not necessarily a minimalist, but I like to keep things as minimal as I possibly can. And I think what I've come up with is definitely helping me achieve that level of like minimalism. So I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about how I've reduced the footprint of all of my video gear and how I have gotten rid of the need to have a light stand, which I'm actually pretty stoked on. So before this, I actually had a like a big octagon softbox and light stands, and I went from that and I tried to like minimize it down to like a light panel. So I was using my Falcon Eyes RX 18TD, but even that, having it on a light stand was just a little bit too cumbersome. And so I was like, okay, how can I get my light off of a light stand and yet still have it in the right position to where it's lighting me for YouTube videos? All right, so now let's get to the lighting setup. And this is something that I'm actually pretty stoked on because this light isn't the hugest light source, but when I'm doing YouTube videos like this, you don't actually need an enormous light source to make a YouTube video like this. You just need it big enough and soft enough to light your face so that it doesn't look too harsh. Now, as you'll also notice, I do have a hair light, and that is just my Best Light V-Pad, which I've talked about before. I'll put a little card up there for the light that I'm using up here. And I just have that set to a tungsten color temperature, so it'll give a little bit more of a contrast and a little bit of a hair light. And this one right here is actually a newer softbox. It's really cheap. I think it's under 20 bucks. And it's just a softbox that comes with a light bulb socket, and it kind of pops up into a softbox, and then you just put your light bulb in there. And I'm just using some basic daylight balanced light bulbs that you can get basically anywhere at like a Home Depot or something like that. And this one is set at, I think, 5,000 Kelvin. So that's really all that's in there. It's nothing fancy. The way I have it set up is actually, I bought I think it's a newer light stand pole, and then I rigged it out with a 1/4-20 screw and some zip ties to that rolling filmmaking cart that I talked about in this video. I just thought, well, I have this cart here and it's up off the ground. If I just get my light to attach to this cart, I can just roll it anywhere that I need it to be, and I have a rolling light stand, plus I can hold all my gear there. And then when I'm done filming the YouTube video, I can just roll it right back over here into this space, and it can just be right next to my computer desk and just keep everything really nice and organized. So yeah, that's how I'm getting this soft light. And what's pretty cool is, maybe you're saying, it's like, well, yeah, it's cool, but like, what if you need to dim your light? Well, I went on Amazon again and I just got a really simple dimmer. And again, I'll have links to all the ththings that I'm using right now in the description below. But I just got this dimmer, and I'll actually show you right now that I can dim this $20 light. Okay, this is like at full brightness if I turn the dimmer all the way up, but I can like tone it down to like right there, which is like barely anything. Let's see, I like to keep it right around, say right around there. But yeah, so with like a really cheap dimmer, you can dim this light and it just plugs right into an outlet. And I've got a movable light stand with a nice soft light source that I can dim. And when I'm all done with it, I just fold it all down and put it right next to my computer desk. Super simple and just a really easy way to keep my footprint in my small apartment as small as I possibly can, so that my video gear doesn't get in the way of everything else in my life. So yeah, that's basically all I have for this video. I just wanted to kind of show you how I've like minimized my footprint in where I live, and hopefully it'll be helpful for you if you're trying to figure out a YouTube video creating space without taking over the entire space, I guess. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll have links to all the gear that I use to put together this lighting setup in the description below. There's also going to be a bunch of other gear that I use and recommend in the description below if you want to check that out, as well as a link to my Patreon, my Selfie account if you want to pick up some $5 LUTs, and I'm even selling some t-shirts on Teespring, so you can go check that out if you want to support me. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.